Welcome back to more Genealogy. So last time we beat chapter 6, so that was pretty fun, and now we're going to be talking substitutes for chapter 6, so I'll briefly go over what they're all about again. You get a substitute if the girls in the first generation didn't pair, so like for example in this case we have Mana. Mana will pair if Ideen doesn't get paired up, obviously, and she'll replace Lana in that case. So yeah, that's basically how they work, and generally they are weaker units who are their own character, but yeah, most of them are not as strong as the character they replace, and also they don't get inheritance either. So generally they're going to be worse off, but because they are their own characters, I wanted to talk about them anyway, and yeah, if there's anything interesting to talk about them in combat, well, I'll go for it. But anyway, starting us off is going to be Lana's replacement, or substitute, Mana, or as she's now called, Mia. So yeah, a lot of these substitutes have different names. The one on the left is the name in Project Nugget, which is the translation patch I'm using. And then the other one is the up-to-date name that I think is in Heroes. But anyway, so Mana or Mion, she's an Isaacian priest. And yeah, that's another thing too about a lot of these substitutes. A lot of them don't have holy blood, which is interesting. It does factor into why they're not as good as their as the characters they replace. But anyway, so yeah, character-wise, she is similar to Lana. It's just that her main thing is that she has lower self-esteem because she doesn't have holy blood. So yeah, this can cause her to be doubtful about stuff. She does have like feelings for Seliph, but yeah, she doesn't know if Seliph would, replicate those feelings because she lacks holy blood, stuff like that. And yeah, she does talk about this to her brother and stuff like that. That's her main difference in Lana. Other than that, they're pretty similar. In terms of what they do in the plot and stuff. And yeah, they have like similar conversations and stuff in that regard. But anyway, so as a unit, she isn't really anything special because yeah, she has no skills. Her base stats are okay, I guess, but she only has a heal staff. So if you want to get better stats on her, you're gonna need to work hard for that, like giving her lots of money or like that's pretty much all you can really do because you can't fight. So yeah, villagers are probably something she's gonna need if you want it to be useful. And yeah, she has B stars, so she can use like warp base and stuff like that, but yeah, that's really it. Promo gains are pretty good. Her growth rates, I believe they compare, the thing about the substitutes, I think they compare decently well with the Gen 1 characters, although yeah, the Gen 1 characters that have holy blood may be better. But in her case, her growth rates are 50% HP, 10 strength, 30 magic, 20 skill, 20 speed, 40 luck, 10 defense, 20 resist. So her growth rates are pretty average. Nothing too special there. But then again, she is a healer first and foremost, so it's probably fine that her growth rates aren't all that. But yeah, I do like her design. I think she looks pretty cool. She does have a differently colored hair and a treasure artwork. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be black hair. She is from Isaac, and a lot of the characters from there have black hair, so that makes sense. So yeah, really, nothing too special here. She just heals, and that's really it. And you probably get better healers even in a substitute run. And yeah, I guess I should have mentioned that too. Yeah, there's a challenge run of Genealogy called a substitute run, where you purposely get all the substitutes and you use them. And yeah, you can also make it even harder by banning the use of like the characters you're guaranteed to get, like Seliph, because yeah, not every character gets replaced. Characters that are basically that either don't have parents or have a forced parents, you'll still get, like Seliph, and in this lap you'll always get Oife, Julia, them lot, so yeah. So yeah, like I said, I don't think she stands up that much in a substitute run, just because her class isn't really that good and all she really can do is heal and maybe use some stars a little bit, but yeah, that's really it. And yeah, compared to Ideen in the first generation, yeah, there isn't really much difference. And yeah, you can obviously make them better by dumping a lot of money on them. But yeah, that's really all I had to say. I do like Mana. I think she looks pretty cool. But like I said, she really doesn't stand out that much as a unit, which is okay. She is supposed to be not that amazing of a unit, so that's fine. But anyway, let's talk about our next unit. Our next unit is Lassie, substitute Radney, or as she's now called Crichton. Or Cradney, I'm not so sure. I'm just gonna call her Radney. But anyway. So in terms of character, she's very similar to Lassie, as you expect. Her main difference is that she has more hateful dudes than Lassie does, which is seen in a secret event in this chapter, which I will mention. And yeah, that probably, you know, probably leads to some really interesting modes with Johan. But anyway. So as a unit, she lacks the powerful sword skills that Ira and Holland had in the first generation, which is a bit of a shame. Although yeah, her space stats definitely aren't that bad, it's just that yeah, again, she's a foot unit. So that means that yeah, all she can really do is fight, and she might have a hard time reaching enemies. But hey, good combat stats can definitely go a long way, especially when a lot of your units are going to be limited in a substitute. So I feel like she has like some use. Probably nothing too amazing because again, she doesn't have a mount and all she can really do is fight a little bit. But hey, at least she is decent at. These swords is obviously nice. She can use silver weapons, she can use the brave sword if you really want, so she can at least fight a little bit well. And yeah, like I said, base stats aren't bad. Her growth rate's not even that bad either. She has 70% HP, 40 strength, 5 magic, 30 skill, 40 speed, 20 luck, 30 defense, and 20 res. So a little bit better than Iron Holland, I'd say, probably. Despite the lack of Holy Blood. Because yeah, no Holy Blood on this skill, which is another probably disadvantage. But anyway. But hey, I guess the Odo Holy Blood doesn't really do much except increase HP and skill for her is a lot. She has a good skill base, and also skill is a lot less useful for her because she doesn't have a sword skill. What is interesting about Radney though is her promotion. She actually promotes into Hero. It's called Forester, but yeah, it's Hero. And this makes her the first playable hero in the series, I'm pretty sure. Because I don't think we did have Malice in BS Fire Emblem, who was a mercenary, but I don't think she can promote to hero, but I could be wrong. But yeah, she's the first playable female hero in the series. But yeah, they don't get axes yet. You had to make for Makwa in Frasier if you want an axe using female heroes, so yeah. But yeah, nothing too special about that. Unfortunately, yeah, it is the lesser of the two promos because, again, Soulmaster gets a depth and probably has better promo gains than Heroes, so yeah, she loses on that front, but hey. Like I said, she can fight well. Of course, her class comes in Pursuit, which is really nice, but that's really nothing too special about her, and yeah, her personality is very similar to Lassie. And yeah, can't really say much else than that, so like, solid unit, she'll probably serve you decently well if you try to use her, but yeah, she's not, again, nothing much special. But hey, at least she has some decent combat for a substitute run, so I guess there's that. But anyway, on this end, actually before that, I do kinda like her design. She looks a lot less like Ira than Lassie does, which I guess is cool, but that's really it. Oh, it does look pretty cool, not gonna lie. But anyway, now let's go on to the next unit, who's pretty similar as you expect. Next up we have Ulster's substitute, Rodoban, or as he's now known as Dalvin, and for once the updated name is what I prefer. But anyway, very similar to Ulster personality again. Once again, he's more calm and level-headed compared to his sister. He does have a conversation which kind of exposes more of a different side of him in the next up, but yeah, we'll look into that later. But anyway, as a unit, he's very, very similar to Radney. He comes up to Pursuit, his base stats are pretty good. He has a good weapon rank obviously, so he can use all the swords you'd ever need. And his growth rate's once again there, alright, although I don't think that's as good as Radney. He has 80% HP, 30 strength, 5 magic, 50 skill, 30 speed, 20 luck, 30 defense, and 5 res. So, again, they're okay, but nothing amazing. They seem like around Ira and Holland's growth rates in Gen 1. He does actually come with extra skill though. Sometimes the substitutes can do that, and in this case it's Vantage, but yeah, it's alright. I guess you could use it with the Brave Sword, but yeah, that's really all that's coming to mind. Because yeah, he doesn't really have another skill that works super well with Vantage, so yeah. Although, actually no. there is one good thing about Vantage, is that it works well with the Sleep Sword or the Sleep Edge. I'll talk about that in the next set, but anyway, I guess that's something good that comes out of him having Vantage. So yeah. And yeah, like his sister, he promotes into a hero, which again, not as good as Swordmaster, but what can he do? So yeah, again, nothing too special about him, except for that conversation in Chapter 7. But yeah, we're not in Chapter 7 just yet, so... But yeah, that's probably one of my favourite moments with this dude, because other than that, there isn't much. He's kinda just there. But, again, at least he has decent enough combat. But yeah, he will need a good weapon though, so hopefully you can try and get him a good weapon. Again, that might be a little difficult though, so... Oh well. But anyway, can't really say much else on that. He's very similar to All-Star personality-wise, and he isn't really that amazing of a unit, but oh well. Anyway. And yeah, design-wise, he looks very similar to his replacement too. So yeah, again, nothing too special. So yeah, time for the next unit, I guess. Now time for a substitute that I actually kind of like, and that is Dermot's substitute, Tristan. And yeah, he's actually always called Tristan. And yeah, there's a couple of cool things about him. First off is actually his parents. Well, one of them. His father is Eve, who was one of the Augustian paladins who was assigned to protect the Larkuses. So that's pretty cool, that they got some relevance. But anyway, other than that, his character is pretty basic. He wants to be like an ideal knight and all that. Probably like his father, but anyway. But yeah, that's really it. As a unit, he's not super bad. Like, yeah, he lacks pursuit. That's his main issue, and why he's probably not as good as Beowulf in the first generation. But he does have critical, which is fun, I guess. You can give him a brave sword, and he actually might be able to do some decent damage with it. And yeah, I say he's one of the best users of that weapon for the substitutes at least. So yeah, that's at least something good. As for growth rates, he has 130% HP, 30 strength, 5 magic, 30 skill, 20 speed, 10 luck, 30 defense, 5 res. So yeah, his growth rates don't seem that great, but his base stats are alright. And of course he gets a lot of promoting, because his class is pretty good for that. Forest Knight, of course, and it's called Ranger Hip anyway. Yeah, like I said, the promotions are pretty good. He gets a swords, so you could try using other swords, but yeah. He gets Adept too. He's actually also a pretty good pursuit band user as well, if you're able to get down on him, which is, I guess, cool. Other than that, he does get Cypher up, which is something I found pretty cool. Also pretty good looking Cypher as well, and yeah. And like I said, having that father too, making them a little bit more relevant, was pretty cool in my opinion. But yeah, like I said, he's an alright substitute. It's one of the better ones that you get in this chapter too, so if you're on a substitute run, you probably want to try making use of him. So that's cool, I guess. And yeah, it does help that his class is pretty decent. And of course, he uses swords, which is good, and he's mounted. So yeah, there's a lot going for this guy in a substitute run, which is nice. And yeah, that's why my brother used him a lot in his substitute run. But anyway. So that's really it. Like I said, decent unit. Let's go on to the next one then. Next up is Dimna, who's, of course, Lester's replacement, and also Mian's brother. But anyway, he is a bow knight with, with pursuit, which is actually pretty cool. It's just that, yeah, everything else about him is, again, quite average. He has, his growth rates are, again, like, alright, but nothing too amazing. I think the slightly better than it is. He has 9% HP, 30 strength, 50 skill, 20 speed, 30 luck, 40 defense, and 5 res. So yeah. One main issue though is that he doesn't come with any good bows. So yeah, you're gonna need to work hard for those. Luckily for him, I guess, if you wanna know where all the good bows are for him, you want chapter 8. Because yeah, you can get the killer bow in that map or the brave bow if you weren't able to pass those down, which is very likely in a substitute run. But anyway, so yeah, like his sister again, his main character revolves around not having any holy blood, which lowers the self-esteem a lot. But yeah, that's really it. But yeah, he does have a nice conversation with a childhood friend during this swap actually, and it is a pretty good conversation for him because it makes him a lot stronger. But yeah, so he seems like a nice person all around. Nothing too special, and again, he's also an Isaac, yeah. So yeah, he will do alright because yeah, he is a bow unit. It's just that yeah, he really needs those really good bows. Which might be a little hard for him to get because yeah, that will make good use of his pursuit. And yeah, it's cool that he does have pursuit because yeah, that means he can potentially help you out a decent amount. He may not have a good speed growth despite the fact that he has pursuit, but of course he can equip a killer bow for to have good AS, and the Brave Bow might be able to quad release enemies, so he might do decently well. And yeah, like I said, the conversation in this map does help him out a good amount, so that's good to see. And yeah, his promotion isn't too bad either, from what I remember, so yeah. From what I can see, I should be saying. And yeah, he doesn't really have any official artwork, so yeah, that's all I could find that looked good, so yeah. Nothing too special about Dimna. He'll do alright, but yeah, that's really it. But hey, what can you expect from a substitute? And yeah, he's probably like a little bit better than Medea. I say only a little bit because he is, I think he does have a lower speed growth, or at least the same, so yeah. But yeah, he does get helped out by the event that he has later in this map, so yeah. So yeah, like I said, alright unit, let's go on to the next one. Our last two substitutes for this map is going to be, with one of them being Fee substitute, Femina, who's also known as Hermina. But anyway, there are a couple of interesting things about her. She also got lucky enough to get some Cypher art, but you may notice also there's a sprite down there as well. I'll talk about that as the last thing, but anyway. So, she is a Pegasus type that doesn't have pursuit. She's the only one in the game that is like that on your side, which is very unfortunate for her. And yeah, it's very unfortunate too that Death is a class skill for her promotion, so yeah, really she doesn't come with any skill. And yeah, although yeah, she does a decent base, it's just that yeah, not being able to double really hurts her. And although yeah, her growth rates definitely aren't terrible, I do think they're a lot better than Aranus's. She has 60% HP, 30 strength, 10 magic, 20 skill, 50 speed, 50 luck, 20 defense, and 5 res. So, alright, but again, no pursuit. So, whether she's better than Aranus or not is definitely up for debate. But anyway. But hey, she can at least still fly, and you can help out the fact that she can't double naturally by giving her brave weapons and stuff. That's probably smart. But anyway. So, yeah. In terms of character, I think she seems pretty similar to V. She seems like a very optimistic and positive person, which hey, that is something I do like in my Pegasus Knight, so yeah. But yeah, lack of pursuit though is really upsetting for her, which yeah, you can't really do much about that. Pursuit is the best skill in the game, so lacking it really hurts. But anyway, let's talk about some interesting too. Like I said, she got some Cypher art, but also that sprite down there. That's actually an unused sprite from Frasier 776, which people believe is Femina or Hermina. So yeah, there are a couple of characters in this game, or yeah, in FE Fortune 2, that have some unused sprites of Frasier. Another one's actually Arthur. But anyway, not so sure what she could have done in that game, but oh well. She could have been on a simulation to the Pegasus Knight of that game, Karen, but yeah, that's really it. But yeah, like I said, pretty... I'm not so sure how to say how good she is. I don't think she's that good. She's definitely very suspect because she doesn't have pursuit, but yeah, you could try making up for it by giving her brave weapons, like the Brave Lance. She is, like Fee probably, she is one of the few Brave Lance users you got, although you do get a pretty good one next map, who's probably better than her in a substitute run, but oh well. So yeah, there's that. Can't really say much else other than that. She's actually probably one of the weaker early game Pegasus Knights, because yeah, most of those are actually pretty strong. Because they have early game flying utility. And yeah, some of them might not be super great at combat, but that's okay, because either they do have a way to get lots of combat, or they can still help out with their flying utility. So yeah, unfortunately, Femina lacks flying utility because this is Genealogy, and there isn't much you can do with that. But yeah, again, it's a shame. She seems like a pretty interesting character otherwise. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, pretty lacking it as a unit because of no pursuit. But yeah, what can you do? But anyway, I'd say she's okay. I'm not so sure how good she actually is, because yeah, I've only seen my brother do a substitute run. But oh well. But yeah, let's go on to the last unit here. Last unit up for today is gonna be Arthur's replacement, or substitute, Amid. So he's actually one of the few substitutes who actually has Holy Blood, minor Flood Blood. You might be wondering, why is that? Well, his mother is actually Tiltu's sister, because yeah, of course. Arthur's mother's course is Tiltu, but yeah, Tiltu actually has a sister. I believe it's a younger sister. And yeah, that's who Amid's mother is, and that's why he has Holy Blood, and also his sister. But anyway, as a unit, I guess before that, let's talk about his character. He seems pretty similar to Arthur to me, character-wise, although it looks like he might be a bit more jokey towards Hermina. And yeah, those two will have conversations between each other throughout the game, so yeah, that's probably where you could see that a lot. But as a unit, he's very mid, as you can already tell from his name. He actually starts as a wind mage, which is interesting. It doesn't really change much on the fact that, yeah, you can actually use Elwind at base, which I guess is cool. But yeah, he comes with a wind term, so he can make good use of that. No pursuit, unfortunately. Again, he comes with Adept, which is a skill he's gonna get when he promotes anyway. But I think the promo is the big cause of concern. It's Male War Mage, or Mage Fighters, know that, which I think is probably one of the weaker magic classes in this game, if not the weakest. Which, that might seem strange, because the promo bonuses are pretty good. Because yeah, you get plus like magic, plus more skill, plus more speed, and yeah, you can actually get A rank Thunder thanks to his Holy Blood. As well as swords, I guess, which he might be able to use to some extent. But anyway, I believe actually, it says he gets B rank swords. I'm pretty sure it's only C rank swords. Mage Knight gets B rank swords, but anyway. So yeah, the issue with this promo is that even though the stats are good, it's just that yeah, compared to Mage Knight, it's definitely not as useful, and it's not as. And it lacks firepower when compared to Siege, especially because you're gonna get a Siege later no matter what, and yeah, they're probably gonna outclass the mid, so yeah. That's why his class is kind of underwhelming, and why my brother says he's very mid-unit. But anyway, but yeah, at least he can fight decently well after he promotes, and yeah, with a little bit of help, you might be able to get him adapting a decent amount, and yeah, he might be able to use Elwyn decently well, but yeah. He's just going to be very average. And yeah, being a foot unit definitely doesn't help, because yeah, that's going to make him stand out a lot less. But anyway, then talk about his growth rate, so let's do that. 9% HP, 20 strength, 40 magic, 50 skill, 40 speed, 20 luck, 20 defense, and 20 res. So again, he probably has better growth rates than Tiltu, who's a fellow war mage, so yeah, I guess that's a good comparison. But yeah, like I said, it might be a little bit difficult for him because, again, he's a foot unit at Genealogy, but at least he can fight decently well. And yeah, him having Holy Blood does make him stand out a lot more when compared to some other like units. But yeah, I feel like yeah, he's outclassed by his sister too. His sister's a lot more interesting as a unit, which yeah, we'll talk about in the next map. But yeah, at least he looks cool. I think he has a pretty cool design. And yeah, he looks pretty cool as a War Mage as well, because he has a nice blue color scheme with it, which I think looks pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, he's very average as a unit, but at least he can fight somewhat well in the arena. It's just that, yeah, he lacks like a really, really good skill. Because yeah, while Adept is good, it's definitely in the pursuit. And yeah, he doesn't have Wrath like Tiltu, so yeah. Like I said, I can't average him, but at least he can use Wind Magic well, which I guess that's alright. Then let's talk about the events on this map too. Now time for the events that are exclusive to the substitutes. So yeah, basically, yeah, I won't be talking about the events that happen with that basically like get replaced with the substitutes. Like for example, the siblings can still talk to each other for personal luck. You can use the Radney to recruit Johan and Javier. I won't be talking about those. I guess another thing too is that if two characters talk to each other, then generally speaking, a substitute probably won't have a conversation with a non-substitute. Um, but yeah, there might be some exceptions to that, so yeah, just keep that in mind. But anyway, let's go over the exclusive events. So, first off, this is a weird one, but Johan and Javier can end their turn 10 times next to Radney. And if you do that, then they'll have a conversation, obviously. I'm pretty sure that Radney probably doesn't think too highly of them, because she doesn't like dudes. And yeah, we know how Johan's like. But anyway, after the conversation though, Radney will get +2 strength and +2 luck, which is not bad. Definitely a nice boost. The other conversation one I got a little bit more info on is Dimna going to Isaac Castle, which I'll highlight in red just so, just to remind you where Isaac Castle is. Basically, he goes he has a nice chat with a childhood friend of his, and yeah, I actually quite like this conversation. It's pretty charming. But anyway, that friend gives Dimna a keepsake, which is like a ring or necklace or something that boosts strength. +5 strength actually. That's just a stat boost because yeah, a lot of the substitutes end up getting these like items that just grant them stat boosts. It's kind of funny, but anyway. So yeah, Dimna gets a free +5 stat boost for going to Isaac Castle, which is really nice. With his base strength, that's definitely not bad at all, and yeah, it'll make him definitely a lot better of a unit. And yeah, like I said, the conversation looks quite nice as well, so that's definitely an event I recommend doing. But yeah, other than that, that's it. Chapter 6 doesn't really have much of the substitutes, so yeah. Other than, you know, other conversations that I didn't mention, like the ones that you probably, you know, the ones that happen that we kind of saw with the actual units. But anyway, I'm rambling a little bit, but anyway, so that's it. There's going to be a lot more in Chapter 7, although less recruitable units that time, because yeah, this map mainly has the bulk of the units, I do believe, so yeah. But anyway, so yeah, Chapter 7 is going to be the next thing in the playthrough, and you're going to be starting that, making the battle preparations for that. That should be a lot of fun, and yeah, I'll see you guys again for that.